Welcome back, I'm Conqueror, and this is the Pacific Prosperity Campaign. We are barreling towards war with the Allies, now unfortunately, including the USA, from day one. So, the mission now, remember that we're planning on declaring the war once we have our new carrier class vessels trained, as well as their crews. So, what we're going to do now is position our men and begin to think about the logistical nightmare that is going to be the invasion of the Southern Resource Zone. So, we have our first army here. These are the finest infantry that the Japanese armed forces have to offer. They are going to position themselves for a land invasion of Malaya. Now, they're going to struggle because the nearest supply hub is here in Bangkok. So I mean, we're going to just see how many of them I can put down there without causing a supply hub problem. So first off, let's just have them all go to Bangkok. Then, the second lot, these guys with some Chinese manpower in them, still pretty effective troops. We should think about garrisoning these islands as well, which I think I'm going to try and do with these troops here. We should probably also, I am deploying more of these guys. Is this what I want to use to garrison? Like if I were to be using like garrisons instead, how much cheaper are they? 20 per one? That's not much cheaper, honestly. And then in terms of which islands we need to hold, there's this system of the situation. For each of the following islands gained by the enemy, controlled, the enemy will have a larger malice or we'll gain a larger bonus. Okay, so we need to hold Okinawa, Iwo Jima, Marcus Island, Saipan, Palau, maybe, Caroline Islands, and the Marshall Islands. And ideally we want to take the rest of those off the enemy. So let's go through them in order, as well as setting up a new theatre. This is the Pacific. It's not Pacific like that. This is the Pacific, and China is going to get wholesale renamed to Southern Resource Area. Okay, that is how you sell the Pacific, right? Nope, they're both seas. There you go. Okay, so yeah, I want a new whole army dedicated to trying to hold these islands. Obviously, ideally, we beat them at sea. Yeah, and they get the field marshal. Okay, but let's go through these islands and make sure they're all garrisoned. So first off, Okinawa, Iwo Jima. This is Okinawa. I was going to say, isn't this Ryukyu? But okay, so this is Okinawa. We will put everyone there. Then Iwo Jima. This is Iwo Jima, right? Yeah. So I guess I'll put 2 divisions to start with on each of these. And then Marcus Island, which I'm assuming is this one. Yeah. Cool. And then Saipan. Is F not the finder in this game? Why not? Control F, of course. Saipan, which is here. Okay. That has an air base as well, so that's definitely worth holding. Palau. Oops, not FAP. PAL. Palau is down here. Okay. If we can just select these lads, send them down. Caroline Islands. Okay. Yeah, so this is where it's going to start getting a bit tricky. The Caroline Islands have got all of these parts of the Caroline Islands. Yeah. But the victory point is here. So we don't actually have to hold these extraneous ones. What is this part of? That's also part of the Caroline Islands? Alright. So we're going to need to try and hold that because it's got an air base. And then 2 over here because this is the actual main one. And any other air bases? No. Okay, and then that leaves us 3 guys in this army and Marshall Islands, which will be this one, I assume. Yeah. Again, we've got the victory point on one of them. So that's the most important one to hold. This tile includes this port, yeah. So I think maybe 2 there and then 1... Any other... There aren't any other air bases around. Whose is this? Is Guam? Guam's American, yeah. Ideally, we'd take Guam pretty early. This being the case... yeah, I really wanted to be able to strike without having to fight America straight away. I think what we're going to do is have 2 task forces to start with. One supporting the invasion of Malaya, and one, the more advanced one, just battling the US over here. That being the case, I might split the Marines. And maybe we start slower against Malaya. Maybe we just try and hit them here a bit. But they have more air cover than I do. Man, this is going to be tricky. This is going to be tricky. So over here, are any of these better than level 1 naval bases apart from the main one? 1, 1, 1, 1. No. I should probably try and garrison... Yeah, you know what? Alright, these guys. Sort by template. What in here is the least bad? Probably this one. These militia... Oh, the militia are okay, actually. These militias similar. Fairly similar. So I think, actually, these militia I'm going to try and use over here as well. Just to fill out some of these ports, basically. Just with 1 each. Because, you know, if we have naval supremacy, which is an if, but if we have naval supremacy, then we'd be able to, oh crap, that's a victory point. How big of a victory point is this? 1. So yeah, actually, one of, I put 3 here, didn't I? Yeah. One of you guys can go here instead. Okay, but I mean, if we have naval supremacy, that's what I was trying to say, then when the attacks start invading these places, we can just come and intercept the troops trying to land. And if we can successfully intercept them, you know, we don't have to win the defensive battle. Or rather, you know, we'll win it, but we'd win it via... Well, these are actually actual infantry divisions. We'd win it via just killing all of the people involved in the invasion. I put 2 in some of these. Let's beef these ones up. Not that one. Yeah, I guess we add some infantry further in as well. Because I don't want to give them naval bases over here, but as you can tell, we're quite short on infantry. Thing is, it won't take... I guess, you know, we have 1 army ready for Malaya, 1 army for the Philippines. So the Philippines army, base yourself here. Delete all your old orders and then base yourself here. I don't think they're going to invade the home islands. I should leave some men behind. But if they did invade, I think I just rush deploy these guys. So I don't think we need to cover the home islands much. What I do think we need, though, is some actual militia. What could you do with... It doesn't give more entrenchment, does it? No. Yeah, logistics department. We don't have much army experience here, so I need to be conservative. Anti-air could be important. It's not a huge cost increase. Well, it's pretty significant, but... Yeah, I think just throw some anti-air in there. And I think that's it. Unless these could break entrenchment, but they don't seem to. Yeah, I think that's what we do. And then I'm going to need to train some of these. They don't use much manpower, do they? No. Let's get a bunch of these trained up, so that they can try and take up some of the islands, defensive positions. Those are some funky bow waves you have there, going in the wrong direction. Okay. Anything else I want to do? War games? Don't think so. Pay rates fine. Okay. So we have these two who are just kind of hanging out. I guess they can just be in Tokyo so we don't get surprise capitulated. And then it's time for the Marines. So what did we get up to in terms of naval invasions? Only 6. That's unfortunate. Am I at least working on it? Yeah, 75 days. Okay, good. So we will have improved landing craft, which will give us 4. So we can have 10 people involved in naval invasions. Excuse me. Which maybe means we should have the these guys actually naval invade as well. We'll see. There's a level 1 naval base here. Problem is there's a level 5 coastal fort on Singapore, which is obviously pretty tough going to actually take that. Brunei has level 4, level 2 here. Damaged railways, interestingly. Guess they've got some resistance down there. Okay, so we're not going to invade the Philippines right away. We're going to focus down here, unless... Well, we might invade them with these guys, but we're not going to invade with the Marines. The Marines, we're going to try and be conservative. I'm going to try and go straight into this port, basically. So I think maybe 2 guys land here. Then some of the less experienced guys will land behind it. What just happened? That was weird. From here to here. Thank you. And then... I'm conflicted. I guess we do launch... I had 2 and 2, didn't I? Yeah. So actually, make this 3. And then these 4 will launch and actually try and go for Singapore by landing next to it. And we can't assign them all to it right now because we haven't got that new tech yet. But they can come in there and, you know, be ready. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. And then we've got... Yeah, we've not put much effort into building air bases down here. But let's think about how we organize our fighter pilots and things. So we've got some seriously long-range guys, which are our attack bombers. Right, the naval attack bombers. So they're obviously going to come out here. And then, how many of those have I got? 3, some of them less long. But you're actually attack bomber as well, right? You've got some ground attack? Yeah. So I think some of them we probably have here, flying here. And then, have I got any fighters with the range to fly down here? Maybe. They can make it. And then, some CAS. Yeah, these are short range. So... we'll probably use them as anti-ship guys. And you are light bombers. I'm assuming I don't have more of these in stock. We'll use you as anti-ship back here. Some more light bombers, similar story. More light bombers. I just want as many... You're not going to be able to reach there, are you? No. How about from here? Yeah, just can from there. Okay, you two are already deploying. Another 50. Yeah, some fighters over here might be a good idea. That's not my island, is it? No. I guess we'll fly over Bismarck. What are you? More CAS. Yeah, I'll put you here. And then we've got some good long-range anti-naval ones. I think I'll have you fly... Oh, it's damaged. Come on, freaking China. Get your things repaired. Let's have them fly to Taiwan and see what their range is from there. And then you are fast bombers. Yeah. We do need to cover these areas. And then at sea, I want to... Can I not set avoid? How do I even do that? Oh, I have to be on this map mode, of course. Yeah, all these regions, everywhere that isn't, you know, right in here and necessary, avoid that if you can. we're looking to avoid having people getting sunk. Oops, don't unpause at speed 4. 5 even. Okay, so the planes are all repositioning. These are the bombers for the actual, whatchamacallem, carriers. Scout planes we will want to deploy out to some of these air bases, so we'll probably draw back some of them. For now, let's have them go maybe, what's their range like? It's pretty good. They're probably relatively light. We might put them here. But no, we want something better there. Just go to Taiwan for now. Okay, and then down here, your CAS. I think you should stop training. You can defend the seas of Japan, and you are, right, the flying boats to relatively long range, but just defend the seas of Japan, I think. Okay, now the Navy. I don't think we need to move the Navy into position yet. Let's let the Army get into position first, and then do the Navy. Okay, finally time to unpause. Let's save in case it crashes, although it hasn't actually crashed all game, which is so nice. We'll unpause just in... let the people move into position. We can worry about the Navy later on. God, so much freaking sabotage going on. But they are doing the loyal China focus now, which is good. They're getting more stability, which will help with their resistance problems. Okay. Alright, well, anything else I should be doing? I don't think so, right? I mean... We have our fuel reserve of 1 million, which is pretty good, I think. This is our sub-reserve, isn't it? Yeah, you can come out of there. And we'll see what the supply situation looks like. We will keep going ahead on sales. Yeah, so immediately supply problems here, but I don't think actually. I think it's just because they've just arrived. We'll see. But I think their supply situation will improve with time. Because they should be able to get enough supplies here. Once things shake out. I mean, there's 10 out of 40. It's pretty good numbers, right? So in terms of plane coverage, these guys looking not too bad, honestly, on Malaysia. What are you again? Light bombers. You know, the attack bombers. How about some of that short-range CAS here, I guess. And then these guys, I think you go to Taiwan, and let's swap you out for some scout planes. I think some scout planes to find enemy fleets would be very advantageous. And we will actually split this in half on arrival, so that we can have some of them cover this region as well. That's very short range. Let's have them go from here instead, I guess. Nice, that's good timing. And our infiltration of the Navy on the US is finished. Okay, also very nice timing. Get my spy networks back up on the US. How much intel we got? 53 is not amazing, but we're looking at still 3 to 8 carriers, so we're going to have them significantly outnumbered on carriers. And we can see that they have at most 4 level 3 carriers, whereas after our earlier shipbuilding program, I am pleased to report that we have 4 level 3 carriers, and we're going to have 4 level 4 carriers. So we should have a pretty decisive advantage early on. The difficulty will come. They have at maximum 50, well, almost 50 capital class ships, where we know that we have 31 capital class, you know, battle cruisers. Oh no, sorry, actually 35. So we're looking pretty solid on that front. Let's get the main... let's do a little bit of naval organization. So the level 3 carriers, how fast are you? They're fast enough, right? We went for... What speed did I go for? In the end? On carriers? Was it 32? I thought it was 32. Maybe these guys are slower because they're in... No, this is ocean. You should be faster than that. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I was looking at these capital conversions, I guess. No, I was looking at the training one. Oh, I don't know. You guys come on over to the main training one. And then you guys, I guess it's... Oh, no, there we go. There's the troop speeds. Okay, cool. And then you are down at 28. 28. Okay. And you are... Let's have the main battle fleet and the reinforcement one stop training so that I can actually sit in port for a minute. I appear to have no planes on my reserve carriers. Was that intentional? Feels unintentional. If I just do this, I can't remember what if something goes wrong. Let's find out. Yes, something quite decisively does. Okay, so you two, where do you fit? 48. Nowhere? Let's just wait for the new carriers before I worry about carrier air wings. Okay. But you should now all be empty of planes, yes. And the battle fleet, likewise, should be empty of planes. But they're not. Okay, where are they? They're repairing in Taiwan. Okay, you guys, just hop off for a second. Although there's... No, they're already right. Okay, that's fine then. I'll leave them be. So we want 2 battle fleets, remember. So we will need a new task force. And so this is going to be... What I'm building now is going to be the main high-quality anti-American task force. Which will be comprised of... Yeah, are any of these carriers? Yeah, there we go. I thought so. We have one Soyoru class, which has an upgrade we're definitely not going to do. Okay, so you will form the basis of this new fleet. You can't drag fleets around yet, which is very silly. So this is the main battle fleet, and that's actually going to pinch the good commander. So this is, yeah, the main... This is the Pacific Fleet. Which I have spelled wrong once again. Pacific Fleet, good stuff. And then this is the Southern Resource Area Fleet. Okay, which needs a commander. It should probably be this guy. No, he's my spotter, right? And then he's my sub guy. So it's probably going to be you. He's got the aviation expert, career officer. Yeah, he'll do. And then we'll trait him up a bit. I still think enemy fleet size penalty is pretty nice. So I'm going to grab that. And then I can make him better at retreating. That's not my style. Okay. So, into this main battle group, we put the other 3 good carriers. And the modern... Let's actually take... create a new task force with everything except one of the destroyers. Whoops. Not quite what I meant to do. Yeah, everything except the Kaga can get transferred over. Cool. And then merge them in here. You guys are just subs. Okay. And yeah, the subs should split off from here as well. So you're just subs. Okay. And now if we give it a minute, this will soon be all of our ships. And we can look at how we organize things here. In fact, actually, I'm tempted to redo... Yeah, I'm going to redo this as well. You guys all merge up. and then come join down here. You have lost your actual fleet status somehow. Have these guys come in and out of the theatre. Now the main battle groups I would like to be at the top of the theatre list. So let's do this to make that the case. So yeah, these are the ones that actually get the honor of fleet. We should probably name them. Right, yeah, so we have the east one. No, you're going to be the southern fleet. And you're going to be the eastern fleet. Okay. And then next up is escorts, and next up is subs. And this is just, you know, this is the main theatre. And then short training can be in a different theatre, that's fine. And then you're the, you're what we're going to be using. But we'll let everyone get home first. Yeah, for just a minute here, you can actually cancel oil imports because we don't need it while we're not training the fleet. Okay, so supply issues. I'm hoping they get resolved here. Supplies received. Is that number increasing? It doesn't seem to be. Is it increasing on the daily tick? Okay, it looks like it is slowly going up. Good. You guys are en route, but you took the land route for some reason. That's a bunch of excess attrition for no reason. Oh well. Alright. Navy, Navy, Navy. So you guys all merged up? No, because a bunch of them are still refitting. Right. We should probably actually wait for the refitting. How long until the refitting's done? Oh god, some of it hasn't even started. It's not going to be done till March. Okay, you guys can resume training because the refitting's not even. We don't want to try and work it out when a bunch of ships are hidden away in refit. What happened to the other? What happened to the East Fleet that I set up? What happened there? You guys are docked, but what if I tell you to merge into the East Fleet? They get split out immediately. Why is that? You can sail, can't you? Yes. Go merge in with the East Fleet. They just refuse. What the hell? What is going on? It's not because these are in upgrade. They're not currently being refitted, but maybe they're queued to be refitted. No, it's not that. Okay, well we'll worry about it when the refits are finished. And also, subs are less important than refits. As is, well, our transports? No, they're not really. The light cruiser is though. So you should come down here and lose some of your things to refits. Good. Okay. Time keep going on. Alright, some terrible supply up here, just because these guys are moving through. That's fine. They can't strat redeploy. They should go by sea. Good. Okay, obviously loads of new... No. No. Seriously? A loyal China. Seriously? You're gonna make me conquer China again? With a bunch of fresh troops? Seriously? Oh my god. How many men have they got? Oh my god. You've got to be kidding me. What a well-designed puppet mechanic. Well, that's annoying. Oh, I'm unhappy. Okay, well, that's interesting. But, you know, sometimes If it's worth doing once, it's worth doing twice, apparently. Submarines, resume your work. U-14 junk divisions. I'm gonna need you on this front line, apparently. Am I really gonna? Am I really gonna fight the war again, having already won it? I might. I genuinely might. I mean, this is gonna totally screw up all our plans, obviously. Can I really face doing it again? I think the answer might be yes. I think I might now do it again. I mean, how did they get so many men? Surely they're at least low on supplies. I don't know, though. They have a lot of military factories, apparently. How did you let this happen? Reorganize China. I mean, so much for my island garrisons. I guess I'll need to bring them back over here now. I'm going back and forth so many times per second as to whether or not I'm actually gonna do this. Or whether I just want to console my way out of the problem. I'm extremely tempted to console my way out of the problem. But no, I think we're just gonna do it. I think we're just gonna fight it. God, that is annoying. I mean, you know, Black Ice is very cool and I really enjoy it. What a fantastically poorly designed war in China. I'm sorry. It's rude, but I'm annoyed. Alright, men coming into position. These guys are gonna land up here and then move over. I mean, at least this time we should be able to make them capitulate without, you know, I won't click the button to give land over to reorganize nationalist China, so we'll at least save that way. Imperial Iran has joined the Axis. Interesting. They're immediately moving in here. With only 4 divisions here, I guess I need to take up a more conservative defensive position, which looks something like this. Which is going to be interesting. You chaps, I guess, excuse me. I guess, I mean, there's not much supply beyond these 2, so we kind of do need you here immediately. Let's send half of you to that and half of you up here, I guess. What a shit show. Alright, you guys come over here. You guys go straight to here. Okay, and then Marines, new plan. We're going to do some naval invasions from here. Five of you there. The rest of you hanging out just here. Did they get a defense spawn navy as well? No. Well, that's something. Okay. Manchukuo wants to join our war. Sure. I think the compromise that we do is we take over this land and then we console annex our China. We tried going for a kind of local administration policy. It didn't work, evidently. But if this war starts grinding, I mean, I'll lose my freaking mind. Where did you get all these divisions from? How did you manage to organize 1 million men under arms in one day? It's absurd. It's completely absurd. Okay, people are moving into position. Let's begin some offensives, I guess. We need to try. We want to try and immediately establish a more favorable front line. It's going to be such a late war. We had such a good timed war. We had, you know, the right equipment ready and all the right stuff going for us. I've done that already, haven't I? Yeah. Ahead of time. Streamlined line. More tricklebacks, good. I think probably dockyards for the dockyard output. It's pretty desirable. Now these guys, just fall back to your local victory point, basically. I guess, and try and not die behind enemy lines. Okay, we've got a defensive line established somewhat here. Got people arriving at the front down here. I mean, this is insane. Give me sorting by type. Give me my... It doesn't tell you the type? Why not? That's silly. Scout planes, cast, attack bombers. Okay, yeah, give me all these guys. I can't freaking believe it, man. I cannot believe it. Give me all the planes here, and then we'll work from there. And then, do I have any in reserve? Can you not see that somewhere? Oh yeah, it's just here, isn't it? Yeah, okay, we have a lot of carrier bombers in reserve, and we have 200 light fighters in reserve. So, and 100 recon. Give me wings of 50 light fighters. Seems good to me. It's just an opportunity for more army experience. That's the positive way to look at things. Okay, and these are all P, which I guess is partisans. So it appears they have no artillery or support companies of any kind. So they should at least be eminently beatable. But yeah, we'll have to... I mean, we'll see. We'll see what we do here. One thing I think I'm confident we're going to need is to ramp up our garrison equipment production. Presumably we just lost a bunch of military factories as well. Yeah, lost some at the bottom. Ramp up our garrison equipment production, because we're going to need it in order to occupy all of China. You just rush your way down the coast. I mean, yes, I was very frustrated, obviously, when this happened. But to be honest, it could be fun. A kind of desperate fight back to retake China after some horrendous occupation mismanagement. There are less fun stories. Alright, so yeah, we don't want to do an offensive from here because there's not enough supply. So let's just do this. And I'm going to have to force some of you to move into position. And then once they're all in position, I will move out the other ones. The rest of you went north, didn't you? Not to that one, though. To this one. Good. I mean, even here, pushing into the mountains, yeah, I mean, we're struggling just there. Just try and circumvent them where we can. And what's their very low stability, so they should have a pretty low surrender threshold. Yeah, I need to get them down to 26% or less of their victory point count. That's pretty high, honestly. Is one of you moving in here already? Ah! There we go. Yes. Good. Grab those two. You two get the offensive going in here. Just launch offensives all along the front. As soon as we have contact with the enemy, I want an offensive launched. Who's not here? You move in there. Okay. And then, yeah, I won't feel bad about using the console to annex this area. Because it's obviously, I mean, it would just happen again, I imagine. So we'll have to deal with all of the garrisoning and stuff of the whole of China. But that is a price I am more than willing to pay if it means I don't have this nonsense rising up behind me. There's guilds and colleges. Org +1 moving is pretty nice. What else do I want in here? Yeah, I mean the org range. It's all suddenly relevant again. Okay. Army fuel capacity is pretty useful. It turns out we need the weekly stability again. Alright, yeah. We'll do civilian works then. Oh my lord. What an absolute shit show, huh? Alright, launch this naval invasion in days and days. Alright, let's change things up a bit. You two can go here instead. Two of you can go here, but I don't think we'll be able to. Oh, we can assign one to that. Cool. Yeah, launch those as soon as you can. The ports are looking pretty undefended. Alright, the purple guys have been relieved. So we can move them off to wherever I sent them. Up here. Good stuff. And delete their order. There. Okay, and there's the new field gun. Just this one here, isn't it? Yeah. Better anti-tank. I think anti-air is more of a priority. Free dockyards. Okay, looks like most of the refitting is coming to an end. I think we could do with some more destroyer production. Let's get some of those queued up and go to the training force when you're done. Fine. Good. Right, launch back in. I wonder how many losses we're going to take in this new war. They have like no soft attack. I mean, to be fair, we're kind of at the same level on that fight. But they haven't got much soft attack, so I have to imagine that we're not going to take very many casualties. We've got units ready for deployment. Some of our new mobile units are ready. Cool, yeah, let's have them. Have them join in over here. I don't think... Do you have an attack plan? I'm not sure they do. Let's put them in the center here. And we're hoping we're just going to be able to push through them so fast that supply is never an issue. But obviously that's what you usually hope, and it's rarely the case. But we'll see. Can't believe I find myself fighting in China yet again. Alright, so we landed successfully here. Good. Let's have two of you immediately hop down a port. Yeah, just activate those as soon as you can. One of you can switch to here. Two left. Can come to another port. But no, not ready for that yet. Okay. Yeah, and some support issues out here, but if I motorize that, will be fine. And then also, I think we actually have enough trucks to do this these days. Just motorize this army. And this army. And this army. Cool. Now it's suddenly going to start demanding 7,600 trucks. Okay. Well, that's not good. I don't know why. I guess it's because it's suddenly just motorized. I think it's just motorized every hub in range of any of those armies. Alright, well, that's not a Black Ice complaint. That is a terribly designed system. But we will turn that off. What about if I just put it on one of the armies? Nope, still staggering numbers. Okay, well, we'll just leave it off for now. We haven't yet faced huge repercussions from our lacks of supply. They should have, you know, no equipment. So we might be able to bulldoze our way through. New light fighter ahead of time. That seems like a pretty good idea to me. Free dockyards yet again. Give me more true light cruisers, please. Straight into the training force. So we may well declare war even later than we expected now. But that's just the way it goes, basically. I'm hoping to be able to wrap up this war pretty darn quickly. But we'll see. We'll see how plausible that is. Without handing land over to the AI and, you know, now knowing that that causes problems, we should be in a better position. Okay, so planes. Give me some close air support here, and here, and here, and then I need 200 fighters down here, and then the CAS. Put 200 there. Leave 200 here. The fighters that we're going to stay here can do that. And the light bomber ranges have good range. Light bomber wings have good range, so we can put them further back, maybe here. Okay, let them spread out to those positions, and then we'll review the situation from there. I mean, yeah, they're not holding these Chinese troops that we're coming up against. They're not actually managing to hold the line against us almost at all. So I'm hopeful that a kind of just a decisive sweep here through the center will be sufficient to cause them to surrender. But you never know. We will see. And yeah, going to try and minimize losses, of course. Chinese Empire wants to join. I don't see any particular reason to let them. Right, and then we have some new CAS. Fine. New infantry. Right, new light artillery. Let's get that upgrade done. Good. Yeah, I mean, they're barely holding on any of these tiles. More free dockyards. I think we were talking about designing a new heavy cruiser on this large cruiser model. So let's take a look at doing that now. And we're going for something that's kind of relatively comparable to our big daddies, but obviously, you know, just a bit smaller. Advanced fire controls, and then, yeah, what battery did we end up going with? I think we're probably, yeah, relatively small, like, I know it's not that small, but what's the heavy attack on this bad boy? We went with 28 piercing, so I want ideally similar piercing. Although this is the advanced battery, so should probably do that. What if we put an advanced battery? Yeah, and can we get away with a diesel engine? I think we did on the last one. So let's put an 80,000 diesel engine in it. How much armor did I go with on the Big Daddy? I'm not in the business of second guessing right now. 42. Yes, we went with a lot of armor. I mean, this is already almost as expensive as the Big Daddy. So let's go with a significantly lighter armor layout. And then, yeah, but a lot of high-angle batteries. And I don't think we need... Let's put a small secondary battery. Where's my advanced? Here it is. Yeah, small secondary battery. And just lots of... I think we got the new heavy? No, we didn't. Yeah, lots of AA. Now, is this worth building versus just more of the Big Daddies? I'm not entirely convinced it is. And what range should we go for? 3,000. Okay. I mean, it's 2/3 of the costs. It does have almost the same heavy attack. So what if instead of... What did I go with here? 8 gun. What if we go with a 6 gun? 2 triple. I mean, that's only shaving off 500 cost in exchange for, you know, a lot of the heavy attack. This does cut down the costs a bit. Also the speed. And what's the fuel usage comparison? This uses half as much fuel, but I mean, it's got way less armor. What's the strength difference? Half as much. Yeah. I mean, what if I just start building one of these? How long does that take? Till April 44. Okay, so we definitely can't do that. I think we need to make it even cheaper. Are the twins cheaper? Probably. Yeah, a bit. I'll give it some twins. I'll give it only 8 high angle batteries. We're also looking at, we're already on the like the thinnest armor practically. Yeah, we'll go like that. It doesn't need secondaries. How much does it save me? I need 200. But I mean, yeah, they're not there for light attack. Okay, so this looks about right to me. Maybe it can have a tiny bit smaller engine. Because, remember, we're trying to keep up with these guys. Yeah, 31.9, so 31.9, cool. You can save 200 there. So this is, they're the big daddies, this is the small father. I just want father. Is it just like that? No, that's go father. You do have the R in there. No. It's both? What? That doesn't look right somehow. Anyway. This is the small father. And they're still a BB. We're going to count them. It costs 9,000 rather than 14,000. So we'll be able to produce them a bit faster. But yeah, let's put some of that into production. And they only take until, yeah, 33. So actually in time to be kind of meaningful. Get some of those into production. I think only 2 though. Yeah, let's put 2 of them in. These should not be on infinite. Okay. Continuing the offensive. So I mean, this continuing this offensive is gonna leave way more time for the Americans to build up, more time for the British to get, you know, ships into the right regions. It's bad. It's really bad that we've had to delay, but there's nothing I can do about it. So, apart from not hand over all that land to the puppet, but we're past the point of no return. What's that from? The song, Past the Point of No Return? Alright, everyone's launching. Is it Phantom of the Opera? I'm curious now. Past the Point of No Return song. It's by Andrew Lloyd Webber, so probably a pretty good guess. Yes, it is indeed. Oh, that's all of I ask of you. Okay. Anyway. Back to the war at hand. God, our troops are going to have so much experience by the time they actually go up against the Americans. They're going to be crazy effective. So there's the resource war. Oh, sorry, my mute button didn't work. There we go. Well, maybe it did. Hopefully it did. We shall prepare the fleet just so I'm ready to do the strike the southern resource area focus when I want to. Yeah, give us some free planes. Hard to say no to that. Begin these offensives up in the north. Should be completely trivial. Good. Meanwhile, people filtering in the center and south. Everybody beginning their attacks. Keep on coming. Good. Good naval invasion success there. Nowhere else really needs naval invading anymore. Apart from the ones that are already planned. Do you guys want to launch that when ready? Ah, instantly. Lovely. And yeah, this defensive line here is holding fine. We are now running out of fuel because we're once again using it. So let's grab a Mexican import and a Venezuelan import. Try and stabilize the situation there. Now planes looking pretty good. losing quite a few because they're unsupported in that central region. Let's have them fly here instead. Oh, they have crazy range. Successful joint industrial policy and some more free dockyards. Give me... I think we might want more carriers. But no, give me more screens. Because they take a long time. The light cruisers anyway. And then give me more destroyers. You always find yourself wanting more destroyers, in my experience. Go to the training one. Training one. Training one. Nope, that's not the training one. Training one. Okay. What a complete nonsense, eh? So I mean, yeah, we got a lot of railway to retool, a lot of ground to recapture, but we are doing so at pace. That's the bright side here. We're not struggling to make these gains. Let's just keep on keeping on. Do. Okay, new policy. And we're losing stability right now. So I could do something to help with that. I don't really think I want to spend anything there. Is there anyone I want to upgrade here? Not really. I think I'm kind of happy with where stuff is right now. Maybe a bit of a general war propaganda. Unify people. Yeah, let's do a bit of a unify people. You can keep cutting in here. And yeah, I mean, their supply situation is going to be disastrous as well. Not least because we have all this kind of land in their rear under control. It's also going to mean they're not deploying men nearly as effectively because they'll be worried about kind of garrisoning those rearguard positions, which obviously don't need garrisoning at all. Might as well kind of cut out from some of these. Yeah, landing fine in all of these ports. Yeah, got them kind of 20% of the way there now. Attack's still happening all the way along the front. No one should be sitting idle at essentially any point in a push like this. We're not in the business of delays. I mean, we might actually be able to still declare war on time, comically, because they're obviously just imploding. And that being the case, we were going to wait for the ships to get trained, the carriers, so using a lot of fuel. What's using most of the fuel right now? Excuse me. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it's just a big demand from the Navy, basically, still. Yeah, I guess the Soviets will help us once more. Still banging out new factories. And, you know, the hope is that the Americans are going to lose some men and ships in conflict against the Germans, but it's a bit of a vain hope, really. Don't expect them to D-Day anytime soon. Man, what a disaster, huh? What an abject disaster. Conquered all of China. It took us way longer than it should have done in the first place. And then we had to freaking do it again? Insane. Insane. At least we can encircle this guy. But, yeah. As you can see, we're moving through a pace. It's gonna... Yeah, it's gonna cost us some lives, but I have to imagine not many. Yeah, they've lost 45,000 men. We've lost 471. That's pretty crazy. Look at this, 1 versus 9 divisions. We're pushing them back from this tile. Alright, Feather Fleet is done. I'm not going to do that yet. Caroline Island's getting... Yeah, we should... That's right, we should use this moment for... We should take this time to do a bunch of these focuses that help build up our air bases and naval bases and stuff. So this requires defense line and the Truck Legion. We'll do defensive line first. Yeah, giving us time to do some of those focuses is valuable. Genuinely. I mean, it's, you know, there's some copium involved, but it's some genuine value that we'll get out of those focuses to make the War of the Pacific significantly easier. There's fuel refining. That's another good one to have. I think I want to go ahead of time on that. Oops. What's this line? Chemical industry. Ooh. Factory output and supply in controlled states. Interesting. And that needs commercial plastics. Where's commercial plastics? Maybe it's over here. Coal liquefaction, rubber. Where would commercial plastics be? It's probably over here. It's commercial food processing. Commercial plastics. Yeah, let's grab that so we can start doing some of those. Are they new? Maybe there was an update to Black Ice that I missed. Speaking of which, I should definitely back up the Black Ice mod so that there's no updates that cause us problems. Keep these guys. Keep them coming in. Okay, keep pushing. We can push into... You know, I feel confident that we can take, like, any fight. I'm not concerned about the strengths of my opponents. We can just take these fights and expect to win. New research slots. The tricklebacks are good. So maybe I should try and get those. Plus there's the supply range from logistics there. Entrenchment to allow air construction. I think efficiency base is more valuable to us there. Can hit them there. Good. Means that order's still just those lot. Have the ships deployed yet? No, so close. I'm looking forward to the carriers deploying. It's going to be a good day. You can cut straight in there. Now you two have come here. We can cut them off here. New depth charges. Good. Modular shipbuilding. Requires large ship factories. Gives... Oh god, escort cost down. Destroyer cost down. I need that. What did that need? Large ship factories. Okay, well I will get that soon. Something else in there I desperately feel like I need. Let's get fire control upgrades. Okay, and you're cutting in here pretty well. Got reinforcements arriving there. Excuse me. Got them here shortly. Mobile units moving into position. Okay, and you guys just keep the push coming. There's advanced landing craft. What research slot is that? Get some naval doctrine. Good. Yeah, more decisive battle. Now, give me the carrier. The carrier task force tech. Seems good. And then, yeah, just keep cutting in here. You can stop and get the pocket action going here. Nice. And we can keep trying to just tile by tile. We shall regain our rightful territory. You know, no one said it was going to be easy. Better damage control. Isn't there just a torpedo damage up? Yeah, we are ahead of time on it though. Advanced sub-torpedoes. Maybe I should finally get radar. It's probably a good idea. Plus this gives us a new damage control module. Yeah, let's finally invent naval radar. 'Cause I think it affects your the actual attack of your ships. I can't remember though. Maybe it doesn't. Right, yeah, keep press with reckless abandon. I do not believe in their ability to stop us because they just don't have any artillery pieces. Like they haven't I don't think they have a single gun amongst this entire army that we're facing right now. We are on no manpower. It's not amazing. May have to finally up the draft a bit. We have been on volunteer only, and like you only stay in the army for like 2 days. Ooh, actually fighting us here. Okay. Yeah, you can be reinforced by this guy. Well, that's good if they're focusing in, you know, fights like that. They're not hitting us elsewhere. Give me more escorts. It's the Tech 3, not the Tech 2 improved. Good. Go to the training. Okay. It's the 8th. The 11th. 11th is the new carriers. Exciting times. You imagine how you know how annoyed I am about this turn of events. Can you imagine how annoyed all these Japanese soldiers are? They would be livid. In fact, yeah, actually, I urgently need to increase the draft because we're gonna not have the puppet anymore soon, which is going to mean I won't be allowed to. Just give me an extra 0.5. Yeah, we won't be able to have all these divisions that are using Chinese manpower. So we better make sure we have our own our own manpower available to replace it. Excuse me. Short on steel. China can give me a bit more. Right, there goes them. Just keep on pushing. Never stop. Good. Looking like we're going to be able to, you know, take everything back. Almost halfway there now. Oh, baby. Can't deploy because we have no manpower. Delete these two. Now they can. Boom. Here they are. They're merging in. Here they come. Unicorn joins the allies. Yeah, but more importantly, boom. Look at them. They're beautiful. They're so beautiful. And you guys, what are you doing? None of that. They're so good. But yeah, so they're gaining 15% experience per day. So it's a while before they're going to be all the way experienced up, which is when we actually wanted to start the war. And of course, we immediately have 3 dockyards. So I think, yeah, we actually do want... I want more carriers. More better carriers. So you can have bigger AA and swap out the heavy, because these are actually better. Good. And then its range is actually longer than it needs to be, because it only needs to keep up with these guys who are at 3,000. So we can actually make the newer ones have a shorter range, which will make them cheaper and use less fuel. And we can also make them have a smaller engine. Again, little cost savings. Nice to have. We haven't invented new decks or anything, have we? No. We have, however, got new modern damage control and subdivisions. Can we go even smaller now that we have those in place? No, not quite. Not if we're wanting to maintain 31.9 at most, at least speed. And then we're on improved. No, that's the one we're already on. Yeah. Then armor, we went with no armor. Okay. Seems good. This is a carrier tech 4. Save. Boom. Give me another 4. I'm not afraid. They're only going to be done in April of 44. But, oh golly, when they're done, they shall rule the seas. I guess we need to start importing some from Germany. And then, yeah, put them at the top of the list again. Maybe it's a bad idea to do that. I mean, it's kind of a long-term play when perhaps a shorter-term shipbuilding program would be more prudent. But I don't want you know, us to beat the Americans initially and then beat us just by the weight of the fact that they've kept producing capital ships when we've stopped. That concerns me as a possibility. And so to avoid that, I'm going to do that. Get a bunch more of our serious carriers into production. This is a naval air slot. Don't really want carrier doctrine. I guess I'll go for some tech. I mean some doctrine. Yeah, more anti-air is going to be good. Okay, let's keep this push going. No pauses, no delays, no rest. Only conquests. Okay, you can cut them. I'd rather not cross the river, if possible. We are going for this kind of reckless offensive, but we're not trying to just do it. It's not a stupid offensive. Trying to still just push them back in sensible ways. Okay. Plane-wise, got room for 100 fighters here, which could have contest here. Actually, you don't need to fly anywhere. You can go from there, but let's have some action here. And then I probably have some more fighters to deploy, honestly, although we're using them up. Give me a recon wing. Let's get some good intel on where the enemies are all at, and then give me 100 of those, or maybe 50 covering here. Oh, we already got some going there. All right, you guys stay put then. And what's happening here? We're overstacking by 100 with Cass. You can go here then. Still got a research slot free, huh? No, this thing. Let's go. Even better radio intelligence finding. Okay. Looking pretty good all the way along the front. Obviously, this push is dramatically faster than our first one. So, you guys all signed here? Yeah, let's spread this out. Give them an attack plan like that. You should have fallen back to the supply point. Okay. What a disaster, man. Did you lose that fight? That seems so unlikely. Try again. Alright, nice. Winning that defense now. Holding them off. Just keep on trucking. Good. If you want to go south, I think that would probably be preferable. Never stop the offensive. If you could just help out here, that'd be good. If you could cut in there. And yeah, just holding these supply points with forts that would have been a bit awkward behind their lines is good. How are we doing on those carriers training up here? So they're getting there, but we have a little bit of time. If we can stay on time despite this, on our original timetable, despite this cock up, that's going to be excellent. We're seriously mobilizing. It should really tell you, we currently have, whatever, a total manpower of X, including everything deployed and stuff, and then here's how much you're currently moving towards. That would be helpful. Cross the river. You can do it. I believe in you. And if you can't, just try. We'll at least hold them in place. Got them there, but we'll need to get them here as well. You can cut south, like so. Yeah, total air supremacy should come as no surprise. You guys, let's send 100 of you here. I don't really need to cover this zone nearly this much anymore. Okay, you actually just stay put because you don't want to risk you getting encircled. That's fine. There goes the end of the Iranian wall. The occupation zones are set up. Okay, yeah, keep cutting in. Good, good. Yeah, these guys are all slowly moving into the right spots. Let's have you strat redeploy down here if you could. Oops. Okay, you, what are you doing? Keep pushing him. No delays, no repositioning. Damn. Caught our agent, huh? How high did we get on intel in the end? 72%! Oh, so close! That's so tantalizingly close. At 80% we can see the actual breakdown of what their designs are on these things. Alright, well, we will launch a rescue operation. That's unfortunate. Maybe we could up... Yeah, let's start upgrading our naval department. Okay, everyone moving. Right, get them here. Get them here. Get across that river. No excuses. No delays. Only full frontal assault for the rest of our days. Short on some supplies, but that's okay. We're not actually short. Let's launch some more pushes out from these. Bit risky, but it's about speed. Okay. Should be able to get them here with the motorized. What's the motorized actually reinforce in? Yep, easy win. The motorized are really nice. I'm looking forward to having a larger detachment of them. The infantry push. Yeah, keep these guys coming in. We are starting to suffer on the supply front. Oh, especially when I let myself get encircled by mistake. But we're starting to suffer on the supply front. I'm hopeful that we'll be able to capitulate them before that becomes critical. Up to 60% now. I wonder if it will refire the event about like how much do we want to take ourselves and how much do we want to let the puppet take. And I hope it does. But even if it doesn't, I will use the console to essentially simulate that it had. That's my current intention anyway. Which, yes, will technically be cheating, but the game is to blame. Is the short version of that story. I want to try and make sure this guy doesn't get wiped out by this encirclement. Let's keep these guys on the back foot to that end. There's the defensive line. Span the lagoon. General wounded. Outrageous. Got him here, got him here. Yeah, the pushbacks in the south are at the minimum holding them in place for this encirclement push. Keep coming. They are going to probably move to encircle here, but our offensive is broad enough that any encirclements should be opened up again very shortly after they close, if they do indeed successfully close. Some more mobile infantry for the center here. Speaking of which, there's a supply hub there, I happen to know, from, you know, the first go round. We could do with grabbing. Excuse me. Some infantry here, going a long way away. Let's have them just stick around. It's May already. How is that training going? We're getting there. We're about, what is that, one third of the way? But the experience progress does slow down as you go, I think. It looks like it's going to be a winter declaration on the US. Let's cross there. Nothing to stop us here. They are holding us here fairly effectively. Let's see if we can reinforce in from the south. Obviously, these guys being less effective because they're encircled. Which, you know, fair enough, really. Keep these going. No delays. No excuses. Only victory and the reclaiming of what is ours. 71%. Come on. Come on. Okay, got him here. These guys crossing very slowly. Movement in the north is grinding to an absolute halt, just because of the supply, which, you know, it makes a lot of sense. You do have to hand it to them. Okay. Good trade mission. Always important at times like this. Stability is still going down. Might want to do some more war propaganda or something. We'll see. Could also think about launching an offensive in the south. You know, along this front line. Just to grab, you know, these victory points right on the border. This one we can take without even extending the front line, so let's do that. Okay, anywhere where the offensive is stalled. Yes, here and here. Give me that supply hub. No more prevaricating. And moving in to rescue those guys down there. Still ongoing. Okay, meanwhile in the south, yeah, a little bit of problems, but there's a supply hub here, which we'll be able to connect up to by rail pretty soon. There's search radar, nice. Keep going on that before we actually add it. We're going to get some better radar. And then on the all-purpose one, I need larger dockyards, basic ship factories, large ship factories. Which one is it I need? Not for that. Oh, pause it. Where's the tech again? Is it in naval technologies? I forget. It was a tech. It was a tech that reduced shipbuilding costs. Darn, where was it? Maybe under naval? Yeah, it was... Here it is. I need large ship factories. Which is going to take only not very long, because these are very short techs. Fine. We'll push for that then. Some of our cheapo garrisons are ready to deploy. Good. Many of them, actually. Let's get them coming. 17 of them deployed. Nice. We'll be able to get them in position ahead of time then. That'll be good. Let us test out the supply situation with them in place. Keep on cutting in. No delays. No stopping. Only offensives. Offensives, rather. And only victory. Get me that supply hub. How are our casualties looking? 4,000. It has risen. On the other hand, the Chinese have taken an extra, 250,000 casualties in order to achieve 3 or 4 months of independence. So we're not the ones with the bad casualty statistics. How are we doing? 70% still. Come on. Get them on the run. Keep them on the run. And break them. Let's see if we can open up that pocket. How are those ships doing? We're getting there. We're getting there. We need some more advances. Break them here. That'd be good. Yeah, we don't quite have the men to man this front, but that's okay because we can kind of go back and forth. There's Lagoon, so yeah, Pacific Air Bases is good. And then... Oh, I thought you could zoom these. And then... Destroyer bonuses? I don't think I really need those. I need this, though. Once we get a carrier focus, we'll get some more slots from that. That'll be nice. Yeah. We'll do the Pacific Air Bases first. That'll be good. We've got a pretty big air force. Being able to deploy more of it in the War of the Pacific is going to be consequential, for sure. Still moving in, struggling on supplies. Let's motorize this one. Let's do some general motorizing. Try and even out the front a bit here. Just as much that we actually have the trucks for. Yeah. We need a bit more heavy truck production, ideally. We toned it down because I thought I wasn't going to have to fight like a major land war again for ages. So much for that, right? Yep, cut them off here. Keep coming down here. Good, good, good. And then planes, you guys can reposition here. Any other air bases captured? Not yet, but very close to one here. Keep pushing them. We're getting there, 80% now. And this supply hub occupied, good. Motorize that up. And then keep on keeping on. Okay. Coming down through here. Good. And get him here. Okay. I did not expect to spend an extra hour and a bit bashing my head against the Chinese wall. But, on the bright side, what defenses they did have are now collapsing all the way along the front. And their numbers are seriously thinning out. So it looks like, at least, we are going to be able to return to your regularly scheduled programming in pretty short order here. If you could get me that victory point, please. That is worth 10 after all. And it looks like we're not going to lose anyone to encirclement in the end, which is good. I was concerned that we might lose those couple of divisions that were up in the north, and every division counts when we're about to try and go up against the massive industrial powerhouse that is the United States. It's obviously a very real concern. I'm going to turn south. No one get the effects from basic bonds, so we might want to go to wartime domestic loans. We do lose stability, though. I'm not in the business of losing stability, if I can help it at the moment. Keep them at least pinned, but no, we're actually breaking them. Good. Okay. The shit keep coming up. There's the commercial plastics. Good. And that will let me pivot over here to the chemical industry. Should be good. Yeah, I mean, the supply and controlled states and core states and the factory output. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. And there's the integrated fire control system. You never know, we might actually want to do an AA and fire control and radar refit of the Navy as well. But we won't delay the war for it. I promise you that. Improved Supreme HQ, cool. Next up, probably some more going down the supply queue ones. Seems good. Although the extra org is also great. Let's do the breakthrough. And hey, we have the army experience to spend on that. I wonder where that came from. That is unironically one of the upsides of this. We do get a bunch of army experience out of it, which is you know, beneficial. Lets us do a bunch of research that we otherwise probably wouldn't have been able to do, at least at this speed. We'll cut in towards Bar. Bar might actually be enough at this point. We're getting close to a capitulation. That's what it feels like anyway. There's basic ship factories. We will go straight on to large ship factories so we can get that dockyard output bonus. This will also, of course, allow us to build more shipyards if we decide we want to. Which, didn't we decide actually was more efficient. Oh, sorry, I'm just going to answer the door. Yeah, I think we did the maths and decided that shipyards are actually worth it. We do have a higher boost on building non-shipyard, but I think we'll actually reduce that down and then get ourselves another 3 shipyards. Seems advantageous. Because obviously the bonuses from them effectively work like you're building more shipyards. Well, sorry, I think is it dockyards that help shipyards or shipyards that help dockyards? I can't remember. Alright, got him here. Surely we can break him here. Yes, looks like we can indeed. Good. You guys just keep on cutting in there. Alright. I'm now on a new timer. I'm hoping to end this war in the next 5 minutes. Because I'm going out. Won't make a difference to whether it ends in this episode. I'll just pause if I need to. But I would love to not have to come back to fighting this freaking war for like the 10th time. That would be ideal. Is that mission ongoing? Yeah. Get me another level of naval department, please. Yeah, cutting in there, cutting in there. No civilian works. Still not quite stabilized the stability. Almost time for the next construction. There's plenty else to research. Maybe I should start getting housing for the recruitable pop. I think I am going to do that. So I'd really like to avoid having to go to particularly harsh conscription laws, if at all possible. I'm just going to leave these guys. I don't think they're going to be a problem. We should have them really soon, right? God, still 78%. There's quite a few big victory points down here in the south, though, that we're very close to. Let's see if we can grab this one as planned. The other thing we could do, these new guys, just come join the front. Wherever there's supply, you're welcome. Because as we cut in, the front is actually extending a bit. Because the thrust in the center is being faster. Which means we do have some, some excess supply as we broaden our offensive. This, I think if we took this region here, that would be sufficient to actually bring this to a close. There's a lot of big cities kind of clustered just there. You two can come in here. You can come down and help here. Good. And then we got some more air bases. Get me some coverage there. Good. Excuse me for a little bit of sniffling and stuff. This episode, I do have a bit of a cold, but I don't want to let that stop me enjoying myself in Hoi 4. So you'll just have to put up with it, I'm afraid. Let's cut them off here, here, get them here. Good. Broken them there, to no one's surprise. Keep them coming up. Come on, give me bar, give me bar. If you want to cross south of it. Yeah. And then, oh damn, I just cancelled their movement. Air bases, and we are going carrier focus. Oh, has completed carrier warfare experiments. Right. But I still need this anyway. Some decisive battle doctrine, but buffs won't go amiss. That is, after all, the doctrine that we're going with. You guys cutting in here with no problem. There's the anti-air upgrade. Give me the anti-tank upgrade, I guess, then. I don't know, I mean, I'm not really expecting to fight American tanks, but not immediately anyway, but we should be ready for the inevitable eventuality that I expect we will. And we might well fight British tanks in Malaya. I fully expect to face British tanks there. Okay, you guys want to help out here. We're looking very, very thin on the ground in the center here, as you can no doubt see. But I think our momentum and just arms advantage is going to show through to a victory regardless. If you could get across here, that would be good. And I mean, you know, it's given us more time to deploy our motorized. Oh, we're very close to out of time. They are 50% of the way towards trained crew now. There's Tarrier Task Force. Do keep that going. These are not mutually exclusive, are they? No. Let's get the org bonus. And I will spend the naval experience, because I'm not finding myself desperately short right now. And I think once the war starts, we'll have plenty of naval experience to go around fighting all those little battles against convoys and subs and all that stuff. There's the diametric radar, carry right on. Nope, don't actually have the tech for the next one, in which case need the advanced heavy torpedoes, please. Okay, good. Got them here, good. Get the Golan. If we can go get a bit of an encirclement going on these guys, that'll be beautiful. Come on, come on. I am more or less out of time. We're so close now. We'll go speed 4. Get me those victory points. Ah, he was forced to retreat. You guys all coming in north of Bar. These guys almost across the river. Improved power grids, good. I guess more extraction would be good. So we can try and work on that. Cutting in here and here. Just trying to keep everyone involved in these frontline combats as much as possible. It's about time in the battle at this point. As long as we have everyone fighting, we just have a staggering amount higher damage output than the enemy. So there's really no way they'd be able to stop us. You guys want to keep crossing here. And then if you do that, and then we can circle back around here. That's not going to work though. Okay, cool. Right, where was I? Yes, freaking China. Okay, so we're now at 84%. We're really getting there. There's some big victory points to be had down here on the southern front. These guys all moving in. There's our operative rescue. All successful? Yes, indeed. Nice. So you can go back to spying. Where's my spy being called from? I seem to have 3 assigned, but I can only see 2. Because you are not, in fact, assigned. There we go. Okay, how are we doing now? Still 73%. Come on! So close. So close. We can see, though, that they are active in these regions, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what that means. That's interesting. Okay, so they are at least aware that we might be threatening them in the near term. We've narrowed it down to 5 to 7 rather than 3 to 8 on carriers. That's good to know. Right, you guys, come on, get them. And yeah, you keep going with your attack move even while in combat. You can press on in. Okay. I should say, you know, I'm sorry that this series hasn't moved to the, I imagine to most of you, more interesting naval warfare stage. But trust me, it was not my doing. Well, it kind of was, but it was not my intention. That's for sure. Right, going through here. You guys can achieve some crossings here. That would be good. In fact, actually, we could probably go for this city from the Marines side of things. It'd probably work. You come in and help with that. Good, got them there. Some quick little legal reforms, good. And then, yeah, I think we're going to annex them, which is going to be tricky. They have done a bunch of new focuses, which will help them with their stability. Excuse me. But I think even with that being the case, you know, they're still going to have a lot of problems with compliance. The annoying thing is that, you know, they have cores on all this region, so we're effectively going to lose, you know, a lot of cores and a lot of core manpower from our faction, which is not good. But I think the reality of the occupation system and the way it's working at the moment in Black Ice is there isn't much choice in the matter, really. In terms of our garrison template, it's exactly what we want, right? Yeah, just military police and then everything else. There's nothing else in here that would make an effect. Like suppression, yeah, these all do increase suppression, but not by much. Fine. We're at speed 3 still, aren't we? Yeah. Okay, cutting in here. And push straight on to that city, that'll be good. Obviously there's risk of encirclement here, but we have the men bringing up the rear that I think will sufficiently mitigate that threat. There's large ship factories, good. Now, let's do a quick review. Yeah. We're missing this, which needs improved weapons too. Yeah, good. I'm glad we did the review. We need to urgently move towards that, as well as handheld anti-tank. Let's focus on some kind of basic techs for a minute. We've been hard focused on industrial for some time now. It's obviously, you know, the long-term play is usually to focus on industrial techs, but just right now, we could do with a bit of a pivot to some infantry stuff. We need our Marines kitted out with the best gear if they are to help us take the Pacific. And yeah, the delay, it's not going to be long in the end. These guys are now fully trained, so there is a delay. I can't deny that, but it's not going to be a hugely significant delay, which is good. And you know, we're cranking out ships. I have to imagine the US is cranking out more, but we'll see. We're getting so close to that 80%. It would let me get the all the extra intel, and we are still trending up on a few of these networks. You might actually do better. No, I can't assign here. Okay, there's the only place then. We've got 13 days till the naval department. With that naval department, we might make it. We might make it 80%, which would be phenomenal if we could. We break in here. Yeah, already got him. And yeah, you are carrying straight on, aren't you? Yes, good. This victory point very nearly fallen. The other problem, if we're gonna, yeah, manpower is going to be a real issue. Oh, sorry, whacking the microphone there. I think we need to mobilize even more. Sadly, very sadly, we do get. How much manpower do I get from non-core states? 0.08. That's not horrendous. If we could raise that with some foreign volunteers, for example, that would be good. If I go to, I go straight to foreign conscription. It does move towards liberty for some of our subjects, but how many men live in Manchukuo? Maybe that's another way we could come at this problem. They have 800,000 manpower. Yeah, okay, so I guess we're going to deploy a bunch of Manchukuan divisions as well. But yeah, if we went to here, that's just foreign manpower, subject manpower rather. Okay. Whereas these give the 1% non-core manpower, the 2% consumer good factories. So we'll consider that. We'll consider that. All right, we've got a few people moving into cities right now, which I think may clinch it. But we're not holding all of them. Yeah, immediately driven out here. Let's have one of these guys turn around. Go back straight round. See how that works. And then you guys are free if you can just keep charging up here. Dive bombing. Oh, the high frequency thing will actually help as well. Let's keep going on Air Doctrine. Oh, this isn't the Air Doctrine tech one. More radar. Getting the air accidents down from this tree would be good, but let's get some cryptology going just to stop the Americans getting too much of a insight into what we're up to. Even better, naval bomber ahead of time. I think that's a prudent move actually. Those super long range naval bombers are going to be really valuable, I think. How are we doing casualties wise? Up to 10,000. It's not the worst. Extra 10k casualties in the grand scheme of things. We took what, like 100,000 in the first offensive? I don't remember, to be honest. Which shows how consequential those earlier casualties were, really. There's another good mobile division dude. Yeah, held fine down here. And we're moving in here. That might be it. There's the academy. What else do I want? We're not going Marines. Oh, it's just available as high command. This doesn't even give us it. But the 2% carrier cost down is nice. But we do need the warfare experiments for that. Okay, you two head on over. And you can cut north as well. Looking good. Okay, nice. So it didn't fire the event. We are just gonna... Oh, they took some provinces, but it won't matter. We're gonna take all states. Done. And then... There isn't a decision about this, I don't think. No. We're gonna annex these guys. Debug mode. T debug. Annex RGR. And turn off debug mode. And that does not give us cause on these provinces. But yeah, so on this day, Emperor Hirohito declares that the attempt at self-governance in China has failed. And we could have done this by event earlier if you want to. So it's a bit cheaty, but I'm not just going to... I'd have to fight that war over and over, basically, if we didn't do that. So I'm okay with it. Now we are left with the reality of attempting to figure out how the heck we govern China. Which is going to be... I mean, let me tell you, it's going to be a process. So we still have these divisions, which I can still deploy, interestingly. Presumably it would use only my manpower if I tried to deploy them now. Yes. Okay, and they're exactly the same as my tier 3. Yes. But if I switch my existing units using it to that division, it needs a bunch of manpower. So we still have the manpower from the Chinese, but I imagine it won't reinforce. Like if they're short on manpower, it won't reinforce. So we do need to pivot that. So what we're going to have to do is get a Manchukuo division, of which they have none that they haven't decommissioned. Interesting. Which of these do we think is the closest to what we want? They all suck. Okay. Well, first off, do you have a garrison one? Yeah. What does our garrison look like? I guess, yeah, we're going to duplicate the garrison one, and then we'll build from there. Okay, so show ours again. So this is a foreign garrison division, which we'll indicate by making it orange. Oh, no, sorry, I wanted to edit. Is this the division I just carried over? I don't think it is. Did I fail to carry it over? That's what I wanted. When saving this template. Ah, no, is it this one? Yeah, okay. So there's a suppression division, garrison. I mean, this does already have the recon in it. So, sure, actually, we'll take this one. Don't want that. What's this? Rubbish. Don't want that. Okay, so there's this chappie, and first we'll make the garrison one, which is going to be, well, let's compare It's not going to have any of those, so save that. Garrison or infantry? The supply use does matter. But the infantry has all the piercing. So I think we are going to actually go with infantry. Maybe light infantry, though? They're not that much cheaper. Their defense is worse. No, we're just going to go with infantry, I think. It's just not very much infantry. And they get support anti-air cav, support anti-tank cav. They get an engineering company. They get a logistics department. I think that's it. Maybe a combat engineer. Save it there and consider. Combat engineer gives us a bit more soft attack. 4 more defense is consequential. What's the cost increase? 60. It's not that much. Yeah, we'll give him a combat engineer. Okay, so this is our foreign garrison division. This is our Manchukuo garrison. Okay, and they're low priority. They're not cavalry brigade. They're garrison units. Fine. And yeah, it's only 10 combat width. Maybe we do make it a bit wider actually. Yeah, I think we make it 15 or close to 15. Okay, and that's what we're going to use to. I'm actually going to replace these with them. These had militia. These did have artillery in actually. Maybe we should consider putting some artillery in. Just some light artillery. Yeah, so they have a bit more soft attack. Okay, that takes them to 16, 14. 14 it is. Okay, so yeah, that's what these divisions are going to be. And that will save me some manpower. Yeah. Good stuff. And then these guys are going to be used to garrison islands. For now, send them here. Or to one of these ports anyway. Send them to Kochi. Okay. And I'm going to want more of them. Because we need to switch. Remember, we need to switch. Like, all these guys have to switch to our T3s. Or to some T3s from Manchukuo. So we need to make our garrisons, you know, not using those men. Now we need... I guess I'll edit from here. We'll duplicate this. This is going to become an infantry division. This is our man Tech 3. And we're trying to replicate this template. So I'm just going to do that, basically. And yes, it's costing us a bunch of army experience, but you know what you're going to do. Infantry, infantry. Okay, and then in addition to all this, it also has signals and field hospital in a car. You can get people to the hospital in a hurry. I think that all matches now. No. Yes, there's the maintenance department. Good. Wait, this one doesn't have a maintenance. What does this have that this doesn't? Right, the support anti-tank. We haven't put that into our basic infantry yet. Fine. Which I think we need less on the infantry because the garrisons, you know, they're likely to be further from help. Whereas if we face off against tanks, I'm expecting to have some motorized around, which do have the anti-tank, and these guys still have the light, you know, the infantry anti-tank. So that's the Manchukuo Tier 3. And now if I switch this to Manchukuo Tier 3, I'm hoping to see very small changes. Yeah, needs almost no manpower and a tiny bit of equipment just because some of these guys are low on gear. And so that is the hard switch we make. And it briefly thinks they're like crazy experienced. And we switch this over to this logo. Good. Okay. Okay. That saves us on manpower. You guys also switch over to Manchukuo Tier 3. Which means I can now delete the Chinese Tier 3. Good. Okay. Let's just name this military police. And then this one is our garrison. But we're not using these actually. So we don't care about the name there. Okay. Now. Back to your stations, basically. where we were sending everyone before that all went down. Let's make sure they have. Good. And there's obviously going to be a ton of repairs to be done in China. So we'll need to work on those. Let's temporarily just prioritize the repairs. They shouldn't take a terribly long time. Okay, and then the mobile troops, let's have them in Saigon. I'm not sure where I want to use them just yet. And then the Marines, right, so you two, the most elite, second most elite, you four, and then we've finished the tech actually, so yeah, 5 here. Okay, good, and then from here, well, and actually from the mobile unit, let's put 3 mobile divisions, well 4 mobile divisions here, and just see how the supply looks. I imagine that won't be something we can sustain, but it's worth trying. Okay, so now we're faced with what the heck do we do about occupying China? Because obviously the it's going to be bad. Like, we're going to get a lot of resistance here. We've got guerrilla warfare, ambush tactics, and human wave offensive, all increasing it from China's tech. And compliance growth is none because of werewolf guerrillas and human wave offensive. That being the case, there's no point going on civilian oversight, is there? But we kind of need civilian oversight for the low garrisons. So let's see. We've got some foreign support already. Will you give me any more? Yes, they give us another 400,000. That's actually might be too much. That might, oops, didn't mean to open their thing. That might start to get to the point where they start running out of manpower. Yeah, it did. Okay, if I request it again, will it send some back? You've sent us so much manpower, you don't have enough to fill up my army, you idiots. Hopefully that means they will start mobilizing a bunch. Because I don't care what their mobilization and draft is. That can go as high as it needs to. Okay, and then there's you guys, which are just the random garrison chaps. Yeah, you can just go back to your previous mission. Just garrison the coast of China. I don't suspect China is actually going to face invasion. So I'm pretty sure this is needless, but I think it's a no harm type situation. Okay, and now we'll wait a few days, and hopefully I can, if I request it again, will they take some back? No? Well, that's really annoying. How does one give back garrison support? I don't think you can, right? Okay, well, that means that these guys are going to be short manpower now. So I guess I have to switch a bunch of these to my Tech 3s. Which need 160,000 manpower, which we do have. So I guess I'll do that. And then, oops. Then that should free up a bunch of yours. Okay, now we've stabilized the situation. Good. But on the bright side, we don't have to do any garrisoning with our manpower. Now the difficulty is we need another 18,000 garrison maintenance equipment, which is quite the hole to be in. It's going to last another 500 days at current production rates. So I think what we're going to have to do is start getting specific. This state has no factories. Ergo, well, okay, and doesn't exist at all. But we're going to need to start doing no garrisons on places that don't have factories. Can I really not do that while seeing the number of factories in a state? No, I can do it here. Okay, is there a shortcut key for this? Of course not. Okay, so we're looking for states like this. And we're going to go to... Wait, I can't... Can I really not just click here to change it? Okay, well, yeah. just have to go no garrisons there. And we're going to go through and not garrison places with no factories, because if we garrison them, you know, we just don't have enough equipment, and then we'll slowly have to move the garrisons back into those areas. This is going to cause problems because there'll be resistance hotspots. And resistance hotspots spread resistance. But it's the price we have to pay, basically. Can I see on this screen? Yeah, like if I go to economy, total factory counts. Can I see like where the factories are? I don't think I can. Right, we'll just have to do it this way. Yeah, so no garrisons. Let's try and find a group and then do them in one. Okay, so yeah, this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay. Go to no garrison, you go to no garrison. You are already on no garrisons, you go to no garrison. Okay, you have some factories. This is going to take a minute, but excuse me. I think this is the kind of thing we have to do, really. You have some resources, but no factories. Maybe one civilian factory can be considered no factories. Because no garrison, you know, as you might expect, it lowers the requirements to nothing. What I don't know is how the partisan systems work. Like if I do this, are these areas actually just going to rise up? Like if we get to uprising, it could be bad, right? If that whole thing just happened again, but with us in charge, that would be pretty devastating. Now this place has a important naval base. So I think I need one that gives me some local supplies, ideally. Which is basically going all the way up there to brutal oppression, but that requires more garrisons. So we're going to try the no garrisons life here for a sec. We also need to, I think, crank this even more. Here, I'm going to lower production on some other stuff, even if it's important. I think we need urgently to increase the amount of that we have. We've got masses of mortar and tank and recon and infantry guns. We've got tons of those things available. So crank it on that garrison equipment. All right, no factories here or here. Okay. I mean, it makes sense that this takes a stupid amount of garrison equipment, right? I mean, it's not a stupid amount. It's a reasonable amount because this is a staggeringly populous country that we're suddenly trying to put under military administration. That one's already been done. Right, this one has a single arms factory. That's okay. This one has nothing, nothing. Okay. I mean, we'll see. This might be a disaster. We might just... Maybe we should have taken a peace deal where we, I don't know, puppeted China. Crap, that's probably what I should have done, isn't it? I should have just taken the coast and then puppeted China, because China would, of course, would have had cause. Bollocks. Well, that's funny. Oh well. Too late now. Plus, having to deal with this is, you know, it's challenging, but it's kind of fun to have this sudden huge garrisoning problem. Nope, oops, that's not what I meant to do. No garrison. And yes, it increases the amount of resistance dramatically when you do this, which is obviously not ideal, but not really optional. Some factories up here. And yeah, I think this region is more dense. Ah, these two actually we can do without a garrison on. How about here? Nope. And you know, obviously, we are actually going to get, once we get the compliance going and stuff, which will take a while, but once we get stuff organized, we are going to get a fair number of factories out of China. It's not an inconsequentially industrial area at this point. Okay, I think that's it. Let's see what kind of difference that makes. Going from, okay, that saved us like half the deficit. Now we're on 180 days deficit. And that's going to improve yet more as we, where is it? as our production efficiency grows. So I think that's pretty good. Pretty good. And then tech-wise, there are other ways we can help there. Like upgrading our military police again. Would be good. We could also actually... yeah, that could work. We could add infantry here. Or light infantry. They really don't do much, but... Or militia. Militia are adding... What is that? 0.55 for 47 cost. Whereas light infantry are adding 0.65 for 100 cost. Yeah, so we could add some militia. Like this. Because we have the stuff that's required for these. Infantry equipment, field, uniforms, radio. That's it. And that will require 5,000 less garrison maintenance equipment. Okay, yeah, this is how we solve the situation. We send in the militia. This is going to work, actually. 8,000 less. Okay, I mean, keep it going. And take one off here. It's costing us a lot of army experience. And it's going to cost us a crap ton of manpower. Oh no, it won't, because we're using other people's manpower. 10,000 less. Alright, save that. Now they're demanding a whole bunch of stuff, but it should be stuff we have. Yeah, they're not getting quite enough infantry equipment, but we're not actually in the hole on infantry equipment. And it shouldn't use up any manpower. You know what? I know I just went through and did it all. I actually think that means we don't have to do the whole no oversight thing. Give me civilian oversight on those ones again. Not French Indonesia. No, it's going to cost us a lot of stuff. But I think it's stuff we have now. Yeah, that could work, you know. That could totally work. Okay. So now the resistance target is still 87%. Garrison fulfillment hasn't actually hit yet. But the number should tick in our favor because we actually, you know, we have the gear required for this. So we're sending people in not just with garrison equipment now, but with, you know, full-on guns, which is super inefficient. But we have this huge stockpile of guns, and we can throw the guns in and then take them straight back out again. You know, we can switch back to garrison maintenance equipment as that becomes plausible. We're going to need some Vichy France steel imports. Okay. Now, with that relatively under control, haha, you guys are going into place, you guys are going into place. So, these guys, I'm not actually convinced I need them at sea because we have this lot. So I'm actually going to delete your orders and replace you with this new garrison because these guys are not bad. They're not bad at all. They've got the anti-air, the anti-tank. I think I want a bunch more of these. I think we need maybe 3 though, because they are much narrower. And maybe we beef them up with a couple of good divisions in some key places. But I want to see how they do supply-wise first. We need 2 there because of the air base. We've built all these new air bases. The downside of that, of course, is we now have to defend them, which is yeah, not an inconsequential problem. Because obviously, if we hand them over to the American pig dogs, then we will be in a tough spot. Okay, so you could do with a commander. At which point, of course, you'll tell me you're overstacked, and we'll need to adjust things. Fine. And then this guy, I don't want to use this general for this, actually. So let's make sure, first off, these guys actually have this much experience. I think they do. Okay. So we should take only the lower level experienced troops for this. And we will dip into these guys once they have reinforced up. Arms deal, we will sell. You guys are all fully experienced. You guys, I don't believe you when you tell me you're that experienced. Okay, people are all moving into position. Manpower has hit 0. Let's cancel a few of these. The Nigerian garrison is good now, right? Yeah, so actually, sorry, forget these. Just chain the Manchurian garrisons. Good. And I already switched these guys all over, right? Yeah. Okay. And look at that. Garrison equipment all filling up. Still need another 4,000 garrison equipment, but that's a much, much more manageable amount. Now we've got the resistance target down to 50%. Bad. Still bad, but better. Are we getting any compliance growth now? So now we're actually looking at compliance growth. Yeah. Nice. Once we're no longer at peace, that's going to be a problem. And we're actually, yeah, it's actually going down on use there. Got a lot of political power right now. What could I do that would help with political power? Just generic war propaganda? Don't really need it. Could still mobilize a bit more. I think the extended bracket is probably where to do it. You do lose a bunch of experience gain. I mean, no, let's keep... Maybe we could put women in the army. That could help. I mean, there is stability disbenefits. You have to be at war for this. I think the foreign recruitment encouraged is what we're going to do. We'll see if we can hold on till the war actually starts. Let's cut down on these, because that's where a lot of our trucks are going. And then, oh yeah, we should demotorize all these that don't need to be motorized anymore. It just uses trucks whether or not the supply zone actually needs the motorization, annoyingly. Turn those off. Okay, so should be it. Still needing 2,100 trucks, huh? Is it because I left one of these on motorized? I don't think I did. No? Huh. Why is it still using so many darn trucks? I motorized this one, but that's fine. Needs 1,500 trucks still. Can't be using 1,500 just in that one down here. Is that right? If I unpause it or recalculate. No, it still wants 1,500 trucks. Why on earth are you using so many trucks? I don't know. Ah, there's one. Ah, there's one. That's a 60. That'll be a lot of them, I have to imagine. Still plenty more. There really should be a better way to do this, though. Obviously. Than having to just manually look through and check where you've left motorized and where you haven't. Perhaps there is a better way that I just don't know. It's plausible. It's very plausible. Let's carrier warfare experiments, which means I can now do carrier focus. Good. And then very shortly we should... yeah, I mean, I have the trucks in reserve right now, so... I guess, actually, let's turn all of them off. So there should be 3 more that I'm missing. 3 more that I am missing is what I was trying to say there. They're not on the home islands or something, are they? No. Not up here. Not here. Ah, there's one. Still 450. Did I motorize something out here? Surely not. I don't believe I did. I know I'm just looking straight past you. You're probably yelling at your screen right now. I'm sorry. I don't see it. Oh, Jesus, that was loud. Well, you know what? We'll find it at some point. Bangkok should stay motorized. All right, what was that just popped up? Yes, it was the new thing. So now at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just 2 more to get up to 10 and we can become Spy Master. I do want to do that. Don't think I care about that much. Air intel would be useful to... it helps you shoot down their planes, I believe. I think. Oh, we're at 79%. Are you kidding me? Maybe it doesn't help you shoot down their planes. Maybe I'm making that up. Yeah. Let's get some anti-partisan stuff. It's cheap, and it will be useful. Come on, give me the 80. Give me the 80. We're so close. No, they're all at equilibrium, though. No, that's so tragic. If I send you here, could you get it slightly bigger because of the further connections? I don't think so. How about you? If I sent you up here, could you grow it here sooner than it shrinks down here? Not really. Oh, that's so tantalizing. Wait, no, 89%. Not 79. We can see their designs. Okay, so here's the moment of truth. The North Carolina class, their new battleships, have an armor of 36 and a heavy piercing of 38. 36 armor, 38 piercing. Our Big Daddy battleships have a heavy piercing lower than their armor, but they have 38 piercing. We have 42 armor. They do not pierce our armor. Let's go. The small father, however, gets very much pierced and would have more problems. But that is great to know. And then presumably on the other ones, yeah, we're still looking at pretty good piercing, but significantly less than our armor and everything else. And is that the case on their heavy cruisers? Yeah, their heavy cruisers are not going to pierce my battleships. Not at all. Excellent. And then their torpedo and their subs. One thing I'm thinking about them is speed. Yeah, their sub speed is about 19 knots, so we're faster than them on our destroyers, which is good. And then their destroyers, well, their escorts, very slow. So our subs are going to outspeed their escorts, but definitely not their destroyers. Okay, and then their carriers, they've got some but very little armor. Where's deck size? There we go. They have big deck sizes on the new ones, similar to us, but not as big as ours. I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good. And then we can see, I think, yeah, they've got a bunch of ships deployed here. A couple of ships deployed over here, but nothing big. No strike forces deployed over here. Oh, no, there are. There's 5 strike forces there, and can we tell where they are? Can't I tell if they're in Midway? I thought I could at this level. At 100% we get fleet count and everything. I think the green means that there is a task force in that port. Okay, I think we've done well building our navy. I think we're looking pretty good. I'm still worried about the missing garrison equipment, but we're plowing through that deficit now. Only 47-day deficit. Time for a bit more organization. So, you guys, have you reinforced up yet? No, they're getting there. When they've reinforced up, we'll know whether we can send them. Has that actually just drained the rest of Manchukuo's manpower, now I think about it? What am I doing? Intel, ledger, and civilian. They still have some manpower. Hopefully they'll just keep mobilizing more and more and more. But these guys weren't actually going to be involved in the first wave anyway, so it's not that relevant. And these guys are on their way down. Okay, so now the navy, bit of naval organization. You guys, where did these guys all come from? Why are they not merged in? Huh. Well, anyway, you guys all merge up. You are, yeah, you're the reserve. We'll let them merge up down here, ideally. Alright, there's the progress towards the next infantry tech. Excuse me. Good. There's a bunch more infantry techs in there that we need as well. But yeah, I'll let these guys reinforce. And then we'll move our guys around. Yeah, so supply-wise, it's holding, but whether it will reach all the way down here is you know, very questionable. That's chemical industry. Straight on to chemical 2, I think. Yeah, lack of resources penalty down is nice indeed. Yeah, Bangkok is already reaching its limit, and these guys I have to imagine are being supplied. Oh, they're all actually most of them being supplied from Bangkok already, but I think of you, the less experienced few, hang out up here near Hanoi, go solve some tower puzzles, and keep the supply situation better in the south. But yeah, these guys, we're out of manpower again, so I think I need to dial back some deployment here, and we do need to mobilize more, sadly. I really don't want to, but an extra 0.5 here. We lose the division recovery rate. It's got to be done, sadly. Excuse me, it didn't. Oh, there we go. Some free dockyards. So we actually do need to do some slight design tweaks. I need a new escort. And we can obsolete these now because we've upgraded everything to them. But yeah, I need a variant with the new... Didn't I upgrade the anti-sub? Was it the hydrophone I upgraded? What did I invent? Oh yeah, it was fire control, not anti-sub. Okay. Well, these guys weren't using a good fire control system anyway, so it doesn't matter. And we don't want to do the others until we've got the new torpedoes and new AA. So actually don't need to do any upgrades yet. In that case, just give me some more escorts. Good. And yeah, the escorts can be the first thing I split out here. We've got 71 escorts handy. It's pretty good. And one here. Now the escorts here we currently have in fleets of 5. What we'll do with the escorts is we'll keep them quite close to home and safe. It should all stop training so they can get repaired up. And I think, yeah, groups of 5 is probably about right. Because they don't fight many subs at once. In fact, give me a bit of a... Yeah. And then some of them can just get thrown back into the reserve. And the rest can all become escorts. Like so. And then we'll throw them all in. You need a lot of escorts in order to have sufficient just ships in the water to find and prevent submarine raids on your convoys. So, hopefully that will be sufficient. Okay, good. Now this is, he's got 10 active and 10 non-active. He needs 2 less. So you 2 can merge into the, in there. There, that's 10, and we want them all on convoy escort. And this is where they're going to be, those are the regions they're going to be active to start with. On Thailand, actually. Can't? Okay, well, we don't need you here. Okay, something like that to start with. But you don't actually need to be active right out of the gate. And you get the good commander. And now it's time to start building our good fleets. But I'm going to do that in the next episode, actually. So until then, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.